Have you ever felt it? That prickling sensation on the back of your neck, the feeling that you're being watched, we all have. Usually we dismiss it as paranoia, a trick of the light, our minds playing games. But what if it isn't? What if, just beyond the edge of your vision, someone, or something, is there? For the small coastal town of Port Blossom, this feeling became an unsettling reality. It started subtly, as these things often do. A fisherman, mending his nets in the pre-dawn gloom, would swear he saw a tall, slender silhouette standing at the end of the pier, just where the thick sea fog rolled in. By the time he blinked, it was gone. A teenager walking home late would catch a glimpse of a motionless figure under a flickering streetlight, half obscured by the swirling mist, gone in a heartbeat. They called it the Watcher. The name was whispered at first, a local ghost story to spook the kids, but the sightings became more frequent, more consistent. It was always the same description, a tall, indistinct figure, featureless, wrapped in what looked like long, dark tatters that blended seamlessly with the fog. It never moved, never made a sound, it just watched. The strangest part, it never seemed malicious. There were no attacks, no sudden movements, no terrifying chases through the fog-drenched alleys. It was simply a presence. An unnerving, silent sentinel at the edge of town, at the end of a lonely road, or sometimes chillingly just outside a rain-streaked window. Its stillness was more terrifying than any monster's roar. It was a constant, silent judgment. Old Man Hemlock, the town's self-proclaimed historian and resident eccentric, had a theory. He'd spent his days poring over brittle, yellowed maps and ship logs in the town library. He claimed Port Blossom was built on a site of ancient sorrow, a place where a terrible tragedy at sea had left a lone survivor who waited on the cliffs for a ship that would never return. It's not a ghost of malice, he'd say, his voice raspy. It's a ghost of longing, a guardian of memory, forever waiting, forever watching over the town that grew from its grief. Most people dismissed him. It was easier to believe it was a shared delusion, a mass hysteria born from the town's isolating fogs. They tried to rationalize it. It was a trick of the light, a strangely shaped tree, the play of shadows. They even organized a search party one night, a group of brave or perhaps foolish townsfolk who marched into the fog with flashlights and resolve. They found nothing, no footprints, no scraps of cloth, nothing. But as they returned, dejected and cold, more than one of them glanced back and saw it, standing on the hill they had just searched, watching them go. Panic began to curdle beneath the surface of the town's quiet life. People started avoiding the foggy nights. They'd hurry home before dusk, drawing their curtains tight. The previously comforting blanket of mist now felt like a shroud, hiding this silent observer. The children's game of hide and seek lost its appeal. Who knew what might be found hiding in the mists with you? One evening, a young artist named Clara, new to town and inspired by its moody atmosphere, decided she wanted to capture the Watcher, not with a camera, which everyone knew was useless, but with her charcoal and sketchbook. She felt a strange connection to the figure, a sense of profound loneliness rather than fear. Setting up her easel at the edge of the cliffs where the Watcher was most often seen, she waited. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the infamous fog rolled in, thick and cold, and then it was there, standing not 20 yards away, a dark smudge against the grey, utterly still. Her heart hammered in her chest, but she held her ground. Her hands, though trembling, began to move across the paper. She didn't try to capture a monster. She sketched a figure of immense sadness, its form drooping like a willow in the rain. She tried to imagine a face, but none would form. It was a being defined by its observation, not its identity. As she worked, a strange calm settled over her. The fear was replaced by a deep, aching empathy. The Watcher wasn't watching her with menace. It was simply present. A witness, a silent companion to the town's solitude. She sketched for what felt like hours, the world shrinking to just her, the paper and the silent figure in the mist. Suddenly she realized the fog was thinning. The first rays of dawn were piercing through. She looked up from her sketchpad, and the spot where the Watcher had stood was empty. But on the ground where the figure had been lay a single smooth grey stone, the kind worn down by centuries of ocean waves. It was cool to the touch. Clara never saw the Watcher again, but its appearances around town grew less frequent until one day they just stopped. The fog still rolled into Port Blossom, but it no longer felt menacing. It was just weather again. The story of the Watcher slowly transformed, shifting from a terrifying local spook to a poignant legend, a tale of a lonely guardian who perhaps had finally found some peace after being truly seen not as a monster but as a part of the town's soul. Clara's charcoal sketch hangs in the town hall to this day. It's a hauntingly beautiful piece. It doesn't depict a monster. It depicts a shadow, a question mark, a symbol of the things we can't explain, the silent watchers at the edge of our own worlds. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest things are not those that want to harm us, but those that simply and silently remind us that we are not alone. What do you think? Was the Watcher a ghost, a local legend, or something else entirely? Let me know your theories in the comments below, and if you enjoy diving into these mysteries with me, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories. Thank you for watching and stay curious.